I'm Caryn, and welcome to today's Yin Yoga practice. Today we're going to be working within the lower body, the legs, the hips. And if you have never taken a Yin practice before, this is a great introduction to the practice. So the Yin Yoga focuses on getting into that deep tissue within. It is our deep fascia, that connective tissue within our bodies. So it isn't a very flexible tissue. It doesn't have a lot of elasticity. So the Yin practice just gently adds a little bit of tension, a little bit of pressure on those areas within our body that focuses on real deep release. So whether it's release of tension within the body or in the mind, it's really beneficial as a whole. So in each pose, we're going to be holding for about 2 to 4 minutes. I'm going to guide you through this though. And about halfway through each hold, I'm going to invite you to move a little bit deeper into the pose if you wish, knowing always that this is your practice. If you feel any discomfort within the body, please back out of the pose and take a pose that feels good within your body. So we're going to be using lots of props today. So I'll give you a moment to grab those if you haven't already. But we've got a bolster here. If you don't have a bolster, you could use a pillow, a cushion, anything like that. And then we have got 2 blocks, and you can always bring in more blocks, books, anything like that, something just to bring the ground up towards you. So I've got 2 blocks today, but if you have more and want to bring those in, that's great too. So today we're going to get started in a butterfly pose. So that is bringing the soles of our feet together, allowing our knees to fall out wide. And if this is uncomfortable here on the inner thighs, I invite you to bring your blocks and just gently place them beneath the knees for that added support. If this is still uncomfortable, try bringing your bolster and sitting on top of it and just elevating your seat a little bit. This really helps in the tilting of the pelvis to just assist in that forward fold. So bringing yourself into this comfortable position, knees out wide. I invite you here to close the eyes if that feels comfortable, maybe just softening the gaze. And let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, side out. Feeling yourself release, relax, settling into this first posture. Still maintaining length through the spine. Allow the shoulders to drop away from the ears. And begin to tune into the breath here. In the mind, counting to 4 with each inhale. And also counting to 4 with each exhale. Not rushing. Finding that stillness with the breath as we move into this practice. And in this still space today, I invite you to set an intention. Perhaps even a dedication here. Perhaps dedicating this practice to yourself. Taking a deep breath in, drop the chin to the chest and gently begin to walk your hands forward, folding the upper body down. And just going as far that feels good within your body. You can draw in your bolster here, gently placing it upon the feet, and you can rest the upper body onto the bolster here. You could grab a block as well, placing it on your bolster here, and gently resting the forehead down. Allow the arms to soften. Feeling the upper body grow heavy here. Breathing gently. Perhaps noticing in these first few moments the mind wandering and darting around. And just gently guide your thoughts back to your breath. Focusing on the sensation of the breath at the tip of the nose. And if you used any props here and you wish to move a little deeper, very mindfully just placing your props off to the side and allowing the upper body to grow heavy, folding forward. Allowing the head to hang heavy, feeling that stretch through the hips, the inner thighs, and through the entire back body. I invite you here to keep the muscles soft, working with the breath to find stillness within the body. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, slowly, very gently release from the pose. And as we come out of each pose, I invite you to move really slowly, allowing those tissues to release back into their shape. And then using the hands to draw the knees together. Placing the hands just behind the low back, fingertips facing in, feet meet the mat. And just allow the knees to hold from one side to the other. A gentle windshield wiping motion here. Releasing the hips, the low back. And come back to stillness. Extending the legs out long in front of you. And if this feels uncomfortable, bring a little bend to the knees. An option here to sit on top of your bolster or a block to elevate the seat, really assisting in the tilting of the pelvis as we release forward. So find stillness in this posture here for a moment. Close the eyes. Focusing on that breath, focusing on your intention here. Inviting in more stillness. Take a deep breath in to prepare. And as you exhale, drop the chin to the chest and release the upper body forward, folding over the legs. And I invite you here to bring in your props, perhaps a bolster on top of the thighs, and your block releasing for the forehead to come rest upon. Relax the arms alongside. Breathe into the space. Noticing here that we don't have to force, we don't have to push ourselves into this forward fold. Allowing gravity to do the work in drawing us deeper with each exhale. Consciously taking a body scan, relaxing from the feet up the legs. Feel softening in the hips, through the entire back body, the shoulders melt down, through the arms to the fingertips, feeling the head becoming heavy. Soften the jaw. Release all those muscles surrounding the eyes. Breathe here. And I invite you, if you wish to move a little deeper, perhaps staying exactly where you are, but always the option to remove the props gently, allowing the upper body to fold a little deeper into this pose. And as you lean into the benefits of each pose, find calmness in the smallest notion of non-doing. Allowing yourself to luxuriate in each posture. letting any tensions fall away from the body. Take a deep breath in to prepare. And on your exhale, gently begin to walk those hands in, bringing the upper body back to an upright position. You can place the hands behind the bum, behind your bum again, bringing a little bend into the knees. Feet meet the mat, and allow your knees to fall from side to side. And then gently coming back to stillness. Crossing your legs here, making your way up into a tabletop position. Moving gently, mindfully. And placing the hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. Let's move through a few cat-cows here. Inhale, drop the belly, shine the heart forward, lift the gaze. Exhale, round through the spine. Let's go a couple more. Just bringing some warmth and movement back into the spine. Releasing after our forward folds. And let's find a neutral position here, tucking the toes. Lift the hips up high as you find a downward facing dog. Bending the knees. Stretching through the back body. And as you inhale, reach that right leg up to the sky. And as you exhale, bringing the right knee towards the right wrist. Coming into our sleeping swan position, extending the left leg long. And bringing that right knee to a little bit further out from the right hip. And then a couple of options here. If you're feeling unsteady, you can place a block beneath your hip, just elevating, squaring you up. Or you can release, relaxing. And if this is really, really uncomfortable for you and it's uncomfortable for the knees, the hips, it's just not working out for you today, then I invite you to take a reclined position. Coming onto the back, crossing the right ankle over the left thigh, reaching through, either grabbing behind that left thigh, maybe around the left shin, and drawing the knee in towards the chest. So this is our reclined figure of four position, and it is a great alternative if sleeping swan is just not working in your body today, and that's completely fine. So whichever works best for you, taking a moment to set yourself up, finding stillness here for a moment in your lift. Close the eyes, soften the gaze, come back to that breath. And take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, chin to chest, and release the upper body forward. And here is a great place to draw in your bolster, placing it just in front of you. And you can grab hold of either side and release the head down. You could also bring your block here to rest your forehead upon. So whichever feels good for you, choosing that position and then breathing into that space. You can stay lifted on the forearms. You can release the upper body completely flat. Maybe choosing a less deep space to move towards. Moving mindfully, gently. Not pushing the body, just allowing it to slowly and mindfully open up. Let's breathe here. noticing in this posture if your mind has begun to wander. Just gently bringing it back. Maybe working through a body scan. Maybe focusing on that breath at the tip of the nose. Perhaps even staying with that inhale for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4. Choosing what works for you in this space. I invite you here, if you wish to move a little deeper, you can remove any of your props. You can even just stay where you are. And for the next few moments, releasing into the posture. And take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, gently beginning to rise. And if you're on your back, you can gently release the shape, extend the legs long. Tucking the left toes, make your way into your downward facing dog. Gently pedaling out the knees. And if you're on your back, maybe hugging those knees in, drawing circles, releasing from side to side. And find stillness. Let's take it to the left side. Inhale that left leg high. And then exhale, bring the left knee over towards the left wrist. Left knee a little wider than that left hip. And release to soften down. Drawing in your bolster, your blocks. Let's stay lifted here for a moment as you settle in, feeling that deep release. And take a deep breath in to prepare. And as you exhale, chin to chest, and then slowly release down. Moving onto your props, maybe coming onto the forearms here. And we'll stay here for a few moments, releasing. And in these poses, by targeting the fascia in these long holds, we add gentle stress to our entire myofascial group. And this allows us to regain and maintain our range of motion, as well as the health of our tissues. A beautiful thought as we sit in these holds, knowing all the wonderfulness that is coming into our body, that deep release, that letting go, that non-attachment. And if you wish to move a little deeper, I invite you to remove your props. Maybe just staying exactly where you are, enjoying this release, staying with the breath. Or perhaps falling a little deeper for the last few moments in our hold here. Giving your body, your heart, and your mind time to open up. And take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, gently pressing yourself up, moving mindfully out of the posture. Tucking the back toes and lifting the hips up high into your downward facing dog, bringing gentle movement back into the body. And if you're on your back, you can hug the knees into the chest, drawing those circles, releasing. And finding stillness. If you were taking that posture on your back, I invite you to come into a downward facing dog now. And with your next inhale, reach that right leg up to the sky. And on your exhale, step that right foot to the outside of the right hand. And work that up and then drop that left knee. So if this is uncomfortable on your back knee, you could always bring in a little cushion, maybe a blanket, a towel, just to take the pressure off the knee there a little bit. And we're going to stay lifted here for a moment. I'm going to show you this neat little trick that you can, a shape that you can make with your blocks, just to help if it's really stressing that front thigh, the hip flexor. So you create the flat block here, like that. You can have it high or you can have it on the low setting. And then you're going to turn the block sideways to create a bit of a diagonal shape. So that when you step forward and you lean, you can adjust it accordingly. You're really leaning on there. And this is such a fantastic way to square the hips forward, to take that pressure off the hip flexor, the quadricep, that front of the thigh there, just releasing. So you can choose to stay there, or you can release it off to the side if you don't need it today, if your body feels a little bit more open. And pressing into the hands, hugging that right knee still in towards the chest. So we're not making this an extremely active posture. It's still going to be a yin and relaxing and releasing pose. Just a gentle softening while still maintaining squaring of the hips. Taking a deep breath in. And the option here is you exhale, you can stay lifted. Maybe that right foot can roll to the blade edge, allowing the knee to fall open. And if you feel comfortable here, to drop into the forearms. You can even bring your blocks beneath your forearms just to bring that lift up to you, or perhaps even your bolster. And release that left leg, softening here. And in this posture, we're not going to hold as long as we have in the other ones. So really focusing here on breathing through the tension release. Breathing into that softening, focusing on those spaces. Knowing that the importance here in this practice is not what the posture looks like, but how it feels within the body. Can you breathe into the release? Can you breathe through that tension? Creating space within the body and the mind. And take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, gently making your way out of the posture. Placing that right foot back onto the mat if you allowed it to tilt out to the side. And take a deep breath in as you open your chest. Sink the hips a little lower. And as you exhale, begin to straighten through that right leg very gently. Lifting the right toes off the mat and walking those fingertips in slightly. Inhale to come gently forward, sinking the hips. And then exhale, straightening through that right leg again. Breathing here. Feeling that release in the right leg. And coming back to center. You can heel toe that right foot between the hands, tuck the left toes, lift that left knee, and step back into your downward facing dog. Hips go high, pedaling up the feet, releasing in the hips. You can sway them from side to side. And then find that stillness. Left leg goes up on the inhale. And on the exhale, step into the outside of the left hand this time. Drop that right knee. So same option here with your blocks, if you wish. Placing it to the side. I'm going to bring mine flat. And then placing it to a diagonal. And then just drawing it beneath that right hip. Feeling that pressure release. It's a really good one, this one. So you can choose to use those blocks in that chosen position, or you can just rest on the hands. Taking a moment here, still drawing that left knee slightly inward, not holding on to tension, just a gentle pull. Still sinking the hips, releasing that right foot. Noticing if you're holding any tension in the face, the jaw, space between the eyebrows, softening, focusing on the breath. And you can choose to stay exactly where you are or take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, allow that left foot to fall open to the side, coming onto the blade edge. Option to stay lifted, bringing the forearms down to a block, a bolster, or releasing down to the mat. Allow the head to hang heavy here. Gentle movement, releasing, relaxing, and then finding your way into stillness. Finding your breath. Releasing the thoughts, the fluctuations of the mind, just softening. Knowing here that as we close the eyes, we allow ourselves to turn inward, leaning more into sensation than sight. Breathing our way into stillness. And take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale gently, very mindfully lifting back up, placing that left foot down on the mat. Sinking into the hips as you open the chest, breathing in. And as you exhale, gently shifting the hips back, crawling the fingertips inward, extending that left leg straight. Feeling that nice release. Inhale to gently come forward, sinking into the hips one more time. And exhale, send the hips back. Beautiful job, yogis. And gently coming forward, tucking the right toes, lift that right knee. You can heel toe that left foot between the hands. And then step back into your downward facing dog, bringing movement back into the hips, the hamstrings, releasing in the lower body. And then dropping the knees, crossing the ankles, sitting back towards the heels, and extending the legs out long. So from here, we're going to release all the way onto our back. Still moving mindfully and gently. And draw the knees into the chest. Taking a deep breath in. And on your exhale, extend your legs out long, releasing the arms alongside. And I invite you to stay in this posture for a few moments. Breathing gently. As you float here, begin to repeat the mantra in your mind. I am whole. I am grounded. I am full of love. Observing the breath without altering it. Each exhale carrying whispers within, I am whole, I am grounded, I am full of love. And taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh out through the mouth, let it go. Gently drawing the knees into the chest, making small circles here in one direction, and then changing the direction of your circles. And when you are ready, with the eyes closed, gently make your way up into a comfortable seat. Drawing the palms together at the heart center. Begin to rub the palms together here. Rubbing them faster and faster, creating some heat, warmth. And then gently bring the palms to cover their eyes. Feeling the heat and the warmth that you've made. Allow the eyes to gently blink open. And bring those hands back to your heart center. Thank you so much for sharing in this practice with me today. You are whole, you are grounded, and you are full of love. Namaste.